Hello everybody and welcome to episode 14 of our playthrough on Duel Links, trying to unlock all of the characters. And this time we are in 7th world, or starting off in 7th world, and our first character here that we're going for is Mimi. And she spawned in at level 30, which actually is quite nice, since I still needed to win a duel against her at level 30. And it is the second duel in Mimi's Unlock that I'm playing, and as I said, we have to win against her at level 30, which is my main objective here. And in the previous duel against her, I summoned 7th Road Magician, I activated a trap card, I summoned a level 7 or higher warrior monster, and I summoned 7 spellcasters in a single duel against her. Which means, once we have this duel in the bag, we can finally unlock Mimi. What else are we going to do in this part, or in this episode? We are starting the unlock for Bones with the Yami Bakura duel against him. We are also unlocking Mizar, Trey, Lulu, Scud, and Declan. And especially Declan is one that I am quite excited about, not because we need him for certain stage missions or character unlock missions, but just because he usually is one of the more difficult unlocks for me. And I like to have him. Also, I think he's a cool dude. And that means I actually quite like playing as Declan as well. Although I am not able to make myself a DDD deck in Duel Links here on this account, at least not by the end of this playthrough, of this Let's Play. So we have to make do with what we have. So these are 24 episodes in total, and in the final one, in the last bit, I show you the resources that I still have by that point, and I actually prove that I haven't purchased any card packs besides the one Ultimate Rising card pack that I was forced to buy. And yeah, with all the gems that I will have at the end, I would be able to make a DDD deck if I so chose to do that, which I didn't. Anyways, we finished the duel, and that also finishes Mimi's unlock. Then we swap to DM world next, because I am excited about the duel against Bones here at the gate. Well, excited is maybe not the right word, but I want to get this mission done. So previously we needed to unlock Yami Bakura before we were able to do this mission, since Yami Bakura is needed for one unlock mission of one character, and that is of course Bones here. So the objective is that Yami Bakura beats Bones at level 30 without taking a single point of damage, which, looking at this, doesn't actually look so good, since we are not really in a good position with our spell and trap cards to protect us. Also, he plays his Castle of Dark Illusions, which has more than 1900 defense points. Therefore, I have to attack with my stronger monster like Silverclaw, which becomes a 2100 beatstick, and therefore could run over Castle of Dark Illusions. And the other monsters then can try to attack for game. And while it would be tempting to use my Salamangreat Jaguar for piercing damage, it could be a high defender, and therefore I better not risk it. So, after a quick and clean duel, we can finish this mission and do not need to care about Bones until a little later. So, that then allows me to swap over to DSOD world, and Scud spawned in at level 30. And there's one more mission that I need to clear for Scud, which is actually, it's two, right? Two missions. Yeah, no, it's a few more missions. But this is one of the last duels I have to play against Scud, and against him at level 30, I can try to get a quick victory. Not that the quick victory is that easy to accomplish against a level 30 opponent, but when he is here, I do not need to use any of my gate keys, and at least can try to get a quick victory in, which just happened. So that is done, and we can swap to Zale World, and my guy that I want to unlock now is actually Mizar. I'm still on the Wheel of Names here, and Mizar was the one that I needed to target next, and I just picked up Scud in the meantime, since Scud actually showed up there. So, Kite versus Mizar. At level 30 I duel him at the gate, and this will be my third level 30 win against him. And Kite already won 2 more duels against Mizar at level 30, but I don't show these because, yeah, it's just the same stuff, pretty much. The other 4 missions for Mizar's unlock were that Kite summons Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon against him, that he summons Neo Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon against him, that he summons 5 dragons in total against Mizar, and that he summons a rank 8 monster. Not a rank 8 or higher, but just a rank 8, and Neo Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon, which specifically needs to be summoned for one of the missions, happens to be a rank 8. So this is a double mission basically, summoning Neo Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon, which is the same as with Romin later down the line, when it says that Yuga has to get a comeback victory against Romin and Yuga has to win against Romin. I mean, a comeback victory is a win, so it's a bit doubled, right? A little much doubled. Yeah, okay, and that already cleared all of the missions here for Kite, and for Kite, yeah, sure. For Mizar is what I meant to say, and so we are allowed now to clear all of the missions here and unlock Mizar. Good stuff. And if you're like watching this recently, this Tachyon stuff is quite good. So having access to Mizar means that you have a better time building your Tachyon deck. We are now in Zelvert still, and Trey showed up at level 10. So I took the opportunity for this second duel in his unlock, and the first duel was against him at level 30, and we had to get his life points to 0 with number C39 Utopia Ray in that one duel. And we also performed 2 XYZ summons in a single duel, or we didn't, and we do it in this duel, doesn't matter. We also had to win with 1000 or less life points remaining, which I'm going to do in this duel particularly. And Yuma activates 2 traps in a single duel against anyone. I can do this against a standard duelist, or against him, or against whoever. And Yuma activates an equip spell card against anyone. And this is a mission that I'm going to accomplish or to clear in this particular duel. So the objectives, the 2 objectives here for Trey, are that I win with 1000 or less life points remaining, making use of my hieroglyph lithograph strategy once again, and that I activate an equip spell card, which you should have a few of those, especially once you unlocked Yuto and his deck comes with a Sword of Deep-Seated. But even if you don't have that, you should probably have some equip cards, like the stuff you get from drop rewards after beating standard duelists, which mostly includes stuff like a Dragon's Treasure and other things that you can easily put into your deck and use as equip cards on monsters that are actually viable targets for them. I mean, I couldn't put a Dragon's Treasure on my Blue Flame Swordsman or anything like that, right? So we have to be wary of that, but besides that, it is not a problem to activate equip spell cards, and I do not have to do this against him specifically. But when I checked the missions beforehand, I saw that I had forgotten this equip stuff and decided to put it in this duel here, so that I am done with the missions and with Trey's unlock after this duel. I do not need to waste any more of my standard duelists doing stupid stuff like this, since I can also put just the standard duelist experience points into a character that I want to level up, like my Valentine, for example, when it comes to getting her to level 25 and therefore obtaining a copy of Windstorm of Itaqua. Exactly, so we cleared all 5 of Trey's missions, and we are now getting Trey. He is not really an unlock that I need for other characters or for stage missions, but it's nice to have him because it's one less character on the list for Zale characters. So, having said that, I swap to Arc 5 World, and I decide to go up against Lulu next. And I'm dueling Lulu at the gate at level 10 with Yuya, and the one objective that I still have open for this particular duel is that we summon a rank 7 or higher monster. And I didn't do this in the previous duel that I had against her, since that was a level 30 spawn duel and I just wanted to focus on winning that one. So I'm now going for a rank 7 or higher, and I have two options right now. One of them is, of course, new Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon that I got from the Ultra Rare Dream Ticket, or I could just summon my Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, which happens to be a rank 7 Dragon type XYZ monster that requires a few level 7 dragons, and that you can get from the Lifetimes card list after summoning, I think it was 10 dragons in Arc 5 World Duels. So, but before I can actually get my Odd Eyes Raging Dragon onto the field, I need to make sure that the duel is in a good state for me, so that I can finish the duel the moment I summon my Raging Dragon. Then we would have actually two more missions left for Shay to do against Lulu. Also, this level 30 duel I'm going to show after this one. It is a duel replay that I want to show you. And yeah, so it happened before this, or way before this, before recording this particular duel. And yeah, then we have the two missions for Shay. Also, the final mission for Lulu here is actually that we had to collect 3 XYZ monsters, and I did this by using some lifetime stuff, by opening the structure decks that I got and other free stuff, and of course the one structure deck that I purchased, which was Odd Eyes Challenger, that had one copy of Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, which I could put in here. Also, when it comes to Alito's unlock, we need a rank 1 monster, and once I have Lulu, I will be able to level her up and get a rank 1 Lyrilisk monster, which I can then summon, and therefore wouldn't need to use one of my super rare card tickets on a copy of Baby Terragon. Just saying this, but it doesn't help us with Lulu's mission, because we would need to unlock Lulu first, and therefore this one does not count towards that. However, some characters, like Dumon I think, give you XYZ monsters for leveling them up, so that would be a free way of doing stuff as well. Quite nice. Yeah, we are now in the level 30 duel, and this just is winning against Lulu at level 30 with Yuya. And she spawned in the world when this duel happened, so I didn't need to use gate keys on the level 30 duel. When it comes to Lulu's remaining missions, we have to play as Shay, and I decided to go up against her at the gate here at level 10, of course, and the objectives are for Shay to summon Raid Raptor Rice Falcon and to get her life points to 0 with Raid Raptor Rice Falcon. Now, Rice Falcon is a rank 4 monster that is added to your extra deck when you use Shay's starting skill. However, it requires level 4 winged beast monsters specifically, so I have to use a lot of level 4 winged beast monsters here. And when it comes to its reducing her life points to 0, I think this could be an issue, since Rice Falcon only comes with 100 attack points, and the main idea is that your opponent has a special summoned monster on their side of the field, which level 10 Lulu will not have, and then Rice Falcon would gain that monster's attack points added to its own, which would make it 100 points stronger than her own monster. However, since, as I said, she does not have special summoned monsters, I need to get her life points quite low, and then make sure that I have a clean shot for Rice Falcon, and ideally beef up its attack points with stuff like Sword of Deep-Seated, Metal Morph, Kuna with Chain, Shield Spear, whatever. Just want to buff its attack points. And then we want to attack for game with Rice Falcon specifically, if it has enough attack points, which it does in this case. And that was quite a quick one. Normally these take longer for me, since I need to prepare her life points and clear her field so that Rice Falcon can go for game. And of course I'm going to show you this Rice Falcon deck that I use. It is not a Raid Raptor deck by any means, it's just what I used to clear these two specific character unlock missions, so that you know what I worked with. And then we can claim our rewards and finally unlock Lulu. When Lulu was an event character back in the day and we were able to unlock her, we were also able to unlock Rin during the same event, and when they were added to the gate as unlockable characters for basically at any point in time, they were added together, and I have had Rin for a while now, and I'm glad that I also got Lulu here. So then I decided to go back to DSOD World and challenge Scud at level 10 at the gate, since I have to get one more win against him with 1000 or less life points remaining, and that would be the last thing I need to do to unlock him. So the other missions were that we perform 3 ritual summons against him and that we get a quick victory against Scud, which happened way earlier in this one episode here. So just one more 1000 or less life points win, which of course is quite easy when you're using cards like Hieroglyph Lithograph, although his effect damage cards can get you 1000 life points down by 1000 life points, I should say, and maybe a little more than that. So I wouldn't activate my Hieroglyph Lithographs prematurely, just so that I have a few life points to spare when something like Spark hits the field. And Scud is not really a character I need personally. I just want to unlock him since he is unlockable, but I don't think he comes with a certain skill that makes him super useful, or a signature card or whatever. I mean, you have his level up cards and level up skills and whatnot, but I don't think anyone really uses Scud that much, but it is just personal preference, I guess. Just like many characters have better skills like Maximilian Pegasus and especially Yami Yugi when it comes to generic stuff like Destiny Draw, but then you also have stuff for the Blue Eyes players like Battle Chronicle or whatever, and therefore they like to play certain characters that have skills which actually work for specific decks. But Scud, just like any other character, can be used with archival skills like the branded stuff and the Shadow stuff. And in fact, I have seen a few people play as Scud and then use the Shadow skills. So you do you and I do me, or whatever. And then we swap to, scratch that, and then we will swap to Arc 5 World after unlocking Scud here, because I said that I want to unlock Declan. And Declan was the next one that I had on my Wheel of Names, which actually says that I have to unlock him now. And I dueled him previously and had to get a few other missions in here, and the missions that I already completed for his unlock were that Yuya summoned 3 level 7 or higher dragon monsters in a single duel against Declan, that we performed 2 fusion summons in a single duel against Declan with Yuya. Yuya also performed 2 XYZ summons in a single duel against Declan and 2 pendulum summons in a single duel against Declan with Yuya. So 3 level 7 higher dragons, 2 fusions, 2 XYZs and 2 pendulum summons, and that is actually quite nice if you are dueling him at level 10. Also this here, level 30 duel, is just the final mission, which says that Yuya has to win against Declan at level 30, which is not as easy as I would like it to be, since he can actually get some extra egg monsters onto the field that are stronger than my stuff, and if I don't have any spell or trap cards to save my life, I am in a bad spot. However, I happen to have one monster on the field and was able to summon another one, and Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon came to the rescue once again. And the other duels, the other missions that I already mentioned twice before here, the other missions for him I did against him at level 10, and in that duel I made sure to have D-Spell in my deck so that I can get rid of his Dark Contract spell card, which actually would have been annoying, and finish the duel quickly. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.